What's your deal?
So,
Can I ask you questions?
Wait, what did you just say about my interview with the mayor?
It was fine. This is going to be better. Is he going to watch this, you think? Probably not.
I'm going to tag his ass.
Great.
I'm going to tag him like crazy. You know, I don't have the voice recording. You know, I walked by his office and I was going to take like a selfie and fry and go like this, and just okay. Let's start over, Brian. It's so weird interviewing like your friends, because like you're like my friends, kind of.
Yeah, we're not really friends. Okay. For this interview, we can be friends.
Thanks, Brian.
I'm Brian Platt.
And what do you do?
I'm the city manager for the city of Jersey City.
And you're wearing a hoodie and Nikes.
Yes.
So is that like the new era of...
It's a dress down day for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like there's no dress code for City Hall?
There's a dress code. Most days I wear a shirt and tie.
Okay.
Sleeves rolled up.
Right.
You know, not usually a suit. Every once in a while on a Friday I'll come in with sort of a more casual.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I dig it.
Thanks.
And it's all local, right?
It's local. The sweatshirt is Let Us Prosper. The shoes I got at Sold Out JC. I got a great deal on it.
Check out Sold Out.
Yeah, the jeans are from the internet.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So what do you do? Like, what's your job? Like, what do you do exactly?
You know, I oversee the day-to-day operations of the city. A lot of the things I do are trying to make government work better, work more efficiently, and better serve the people of Jersey City.
But like, really, what do you do?
It's a lot of putting out fires. It's
Right.
a lot of crisis control.
Right.
It's a lot of fixing things.
Right.
You know.
So I have to, congratulate you
Yes.
for being a babe of JC.
The votes on that were rigged, probably.
So Brian was actually a babe of JC twice.
Yeah, it was a babe of JC, and then it was a
Hot dad's
hot
JC.
dads, cute dads, hot dads.
Do you remember how like the mayor was like a little bit like? Okay, tell us the story about that. Everyone needs to hear the story.
So I bring my dad to a fundraiser for the mayor, and I don't go to all the fundraisers, but I brought him, and he wanted to meet the mayor,
Right.
so I bring him over, and I'm like, Dad, this is Mayor Fulop, my boss, and he's like, oh, really nice to meet you, just heard good, and the mayor interrupts him, and he's like, your son, the city manager, the business administrator for Jersey City, he starts listing all these accomplishments.
Like say,
Is also
dad.
yeah, is also a babe of Jersey City, and my dad's like, what is that? And I'm like, Dad, I'm gonna step out of this conversation.
I mean, it's a big deal.
I think he's still looking to make the list.
All right, so okay, that was a joke, but you recently did accomplish something pretty amazing.
Yeah. I was ranked number 2 on the top 100 local government.
Number 2.
Number 2, the first loser.
Right.
But the top local government influencers in the country.
That's awesome! Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So what's a government influencer? Because I know what an Instagram influencer is. Like, are you selling fig tea to like local government?
So this group, it's a fantastic group. It's called ELGL. It's Engaging Local Government Leaders. And they are creating a nationwide community of people involved in government across the country. And the greatest thing about it is it's networking with cities, small and large, who are facing a lot of the same challenges that we are in Jersey City. It's allowed us to get a lot of information and insights into how people are dealing with the challenges everywhere. And a lot of what cities do is not rocket science necessarily. The challenges that we face are sort of a finite list of things, and it's very likely anything that we're doing, someone else has thought about or tried to do or solved in some other city. So it's been a cool group to be a part of, and very honored.
I want to like get an overview of like what's going on in the city. What are your biggest issues? What are you working on? All that stuff.
It's a ton of things. It really is a ton of things. Like we could spend hours talking about all the things we're doing, but I think the couple of priorities we're working on for the next couple of months, we're going to make a big push into sustainability. We've sort of done some foundational stuff, but the mayor is going to be announcing some really cool things in a couple of weeks probably, related to energy efficiency, related to stormwater management, waste removal, and composting, that sort of stuff. Stuff that we started to pilot a little bit and talk about, but we're trying to take a more comprehensive, broader approach to dealing with these very high level, very complex issues that we're facing there.
What do you feel is, in Jersey City now is the biggest issues that we're facing?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not one issue. I think it depends on what community you live in and where you live and who you are as a person. I mean, you ask someone in Journal Square what the biggest issue is, it's 180 degrees different from someone who's living, on Danforth Avenue in Greenville, and that's also going to be vastly different than someone living in the Heights. So, it depends on your community, and that's what makes Jersey City great and also such a challenge to manage, because you don't have the luxury of saying, okay, this is the one thing we have to do. You have to meet all the needs of the people simultaneously. Yeah, it is definitely a challenge, but I think we've made some really great strides shifting the culture and the mindset of people who work here, and the relationships that we have with outside agencies, with communities, building trust, all these things that when Mayor Phillip and this administration walked in the door almost 7 years ago, a lot of those things were missing, and we really did have to build back up that trust and that relationship that we have with people. There were times when I first started almost 7 years ago, people would email me or call, and I would respond to their call or the email and say, "Oh wow, no one ever used to respond to these emails." Like that was the bar.
Right. Which is crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. And I've been to plenty of community meetings where we're trying our best to answer all the questions and get feedback and solve things, and there's just a lot of pent-up anger and frustration,
right.
and we get it, because it's been years, decades for some areas
right.
of no one addressing these issues, and we're trying. And so, how does that materialize in the way we work? Well, if we're going to do a park in downtown, we also have to do a park in all 5 other wards, and we're trying so hard to do that. It's one thing to talk about like the pedestrian mall as the one big center, but there are neighborhoods that are not walking distance to the pedestrian mall that won't come there. People who live in other neighborhoods won't come there that much. It's not really a benefit to them. So we're trying to do parks in all the wards
right.
to balance all that out.
So there are a few main issues that I think residents of Jersey City are super concerned about.
Yeah.
Myself included. These are discussions people talk about. It's affordable housing.
Yep.
It's gentrification.
Yep.
It's this public school system.
Yep. Yep.
It's transportation.
Yeah.
I can continue. I can go on.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all these?
Yeah. Transportation is an area I think we made some good progress, or we're about to make some progress. We've just started building the city's first protected bike lane network, and it's a long process. It's a long road, pun intended, to build all these lanes. But yeah, you like that? I've been working on that for a while. But that is one huge component of it. Vision Zero is an initiative we started just about 2 years ago, and we've made some really good progress building that foundation for success. A lot of what comes next after the research and the feedback and the understanding of the issues is just solving the problem and re-engineering some of our streets. And so we've done some of it over the last year. We're going to be doing a lot more of it in the next coming year. We have this new bus service via. It's going to close the gap between some of the communities that are just a little far from the mass transit options that we have now at a very reasonable cost, and hopefully we're going to be saving residents money and time as they're trying to commute places.
Did you guys choose what color of the car you... That was such... Oh
yeah.
my god, what fucking color do you want?
What do you think?
Purple.
It's purple.
I like purple.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I learned 30 fucking issues.
The other things.
It's a lot.
What else did you say?
Affordable housing, gentrification.
Yeah, we've got
public
some
schools.
The school. I mean, the schools have been all over the news,
right.
and the mayor's got some initiatives going there.
So how do you feel about that? Because there's two sides to it, right?
Yeah.
There's a side of the community saying we don't want the mayor controlling the public school system because Hudson County corruption political world.
Yeah.
It's we're scared, which is as a parent I'm
Sure.
understanding. But my perspective is I hope I have confidence in our mayor that he wants the best for our kids.
Yeah.
But there's it's understandable both sides.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So no matter who's in control of the school system, the mayor is going to be blamed if something goes wrong, and the city council.
Right.
So it's not just the mayor; it's the council
right.
too. And so what they've done is they've created a plan where it's not just the mayor handpicking whoever he wants. It's going to be a representative body that reflects the city. The point is to say, okay, we're going to make sure one person on this board is represents the Indian community in Journal Square, and one person represents another community in the Heights, and there's a parent representative, there's a student representative, in a way that in an election, even though it's fair and open, and trust me, I am all for elections, we've had issues, it seems, from years of sort of these elections being corrupted by a lot of outside money, a lot of these big political interests.
Crazy. So you know, let's say people who are reading this or watching this, like, what can they do to get more involved? Like,
Yeah.
you know, what is there like a process if people want, you know, are, you know, upset about something and they want to get involved?
Yeah, you know, we really do pride ourselves on being a very open group here.
Right.
And so if you need something from the city, you know, you can call us, you can walk in, you can
because
tweet
people
at the
email,
mayor.
people will message me about
Yeah.
potholes, and I'm like, I'm Chickpea JC, I'm not Stephen Fulop.
Yeah. Well, so we are trying to set up
Right.
better systems for that sort of thing. So we have an app called Fix that we have out there where you can take a picture of a pothole
Oh,
and
send that
report
to
it.
me.
Yeah, I'll
Nobody,
send you the
who
link.
know, but
Yeah.
okay, let's get to the fun stuff.
Okay, that was fun for me.
Every time I post you on my Instagram stories,
Okay.
I get maybe a good 20 women sliding in my DMs asking me about your marital status.
Yeah.
And you're, you know, married and you have a wonderful baby.
Yes.
How was that, you know, becoming a father and like...
It's been great. I have a wonderful wife, Margot. She's probably not going to watch this,
Right.
so we can talk about her. And I have a 19-month-old.
And you're
So-
also, you weight lift.
Yes, I try to. It's a good stress reliever for me.
He's like a Superman.
Superman, yeah.
We always,
Yeah.
you look like Superman. You like have like a double life.
I don't
Take
have
your
tape-
shirt
I
off,
don't have a
Brian.
tape on today.
Take your shirt off.
I was wondering when
For-
you were going to ask that.
For the ratings. For the likes.
That's on part
Look,
two. Part two.
You're blushing. How is it working with the mayor?
Pass.
Come on.
He's fine. Do you think he's going to watch this?
I think he will.
So what's great is that he's a very progressive leader, and he is really trying to push the city forward in a lot of ways. And a lot of the positive change that we're doing doesn't happen without leadership from the top allowing it to happen. Whether he's involved day to day or whether he says, look, just go do it, figure it out, I don't care.
Should we do a push-up contest?
I don't know.
You're also a board member of CCA.
Yes. One of the things I think that I'm most excited about in my role is the opportunity to improve the way government functions. And one of the big pushes that I've been making and we've been making is better leveraging technology to improve services and to make things a little more efficient and that sort of stuff. It's anything from a digital council agenda, turning these stacks of paper into something online that, you know, with a back-end workflow system where it just goes from email to email kind of thing. Digital parking app, the Fix thing that I mentioned earlier. Just finding ways that we can use our phones and our computers to make life. You know, we're trying to make government spend less money and to have a smaller carbon footprint and to be more efficient and to serve the people better. And when they are satisfied and appreciative and happy with that, it's a great feeling. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brian. I'm appreciative of your time and your friendship. Keep killing it.
Thank you. You too, I guess.
But you can't be a babe of JC anymore.
Just like a
All right,
robotic
we're
voice.
done. Thanks.
That's
High
real.
five. High five.
That's a good one.
Why are we such dorks? We're
Speak for yourself, bro. Look at me. I've
never seen two people
look at my
so
Jordans,
physically
okay?
close to each other and miss a high five that many times.
We're
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
We're the biggest dorks.
Who wore it